A very good morning. You're watching News9 with me, Akshata. And first up, shocking cases of rape have come to light in Karnataka. In the first case that was reported from Modabidri, a 7-year-old was allegedly raped by a 15-year-old. It is learnt that the minor was on her way to tuitions when the accused resorted to the heinous crime. The Modabidri police has arrested the accused and registered a complaint against him. In another case, an 18-year-old tried to rape a 10-year-old in Mandya. Reportedly, the monster youth visited the 10-year-old's house on the pretext of returning a book. It looks like minors are being specifically targeted by these monsters. What we also have to take a look at here is that in the first case, in the case of which happened in Modabidri, where a 7-year-old girl was targeted, it was a 15-year-old, a minor boy, who went ahead and attacked the little girl while she was on her way to tuitions. In the second case, this was in Mandya, an 18-year-old has tried to rape a 10-year-old girl in Mandya. Fortunately, of course, it was stopped before anything further could take place. Before, in fact, the 18-year-old, managed to go ahead and commit the heinous act. And even as, of course, we've seen so many incidents of rape coming to light in Karnataka, it looks like minors are being targeted. Little girls, anywhere between the age of 3 to 10, are being targeted by these rapists. And in yet another shocker, a minor from Yadgir was molested by a youth of the same region. The minor who went to work at the fields was dragged by one Devu Rathod into it. The monster tried to sexually molest the minor, but when she resisted him, he assaulted her. The minor has suffered grave injuries and has been admitted to a district hospital. It is learnt that this pervert had tried to rape the girl on several occasions earlier. And in yet another case, this one in Yadgir, a minor was molested, and this by a youngster. It is understood that she had gone to work at the fields when the accused here, identified as Devu Rathod, dragged her into the fields and attempted to rape her. It is understood that she went ahead and stopped him from doing so, which is why he physically assaulted her. The minor is now in hospital and is being treated for the injuries she has suffered after she resisted the rape attempt. It is also understood that this man, Devu Rathod, had tried to rape the girl on many occasions in the past. She hails from a poor family. Her parents don't even have the money to get her educated. So she used to accompany her parents to the fields. But now she's in such a state that you will cry at her plight. This is the story of a girl whose life has been made hellish by bullish men. A teen whose life has been destroyed by beasts. Here's a report.
A look at this teen will only leave you in tears. All of 13, this little girl has had to face the worst ordeal any girl can face. Well, by this time, you would have got it. It is indeed rape. To be precise, gang rape. It was the 2nd of January. The whole of Gulbarga had ushered in the new year. This teen, like any other girl of age, had a lot of dreams and aspirations to realize. But little did this child know that she was in for a big disaster. Courtesy 6 men who had a plan to gang rape her. Yes, in the wee hours of that day, when the whole of Gulbarga was asleep, 6 men barged into the house. And even before this girl could open her eyes from a deep sleep to understand things, these 6 men, rather to put it in apt terms, these beasts shoved a piece of cloth into her mouth. Rudely awoken by the collective assault on her, this 13-year-old girl wanted to scream her lungs out in an effort to save herself. But how could she? Her mouth was full of cloth and she could do nothing but undergo the torture. But she did resist. But her resistance was not strong enough to shoo away these beasts. In one corner of her house, these 6 demons gang raped her.
ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೊಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ತಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತಂಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದೇನೋ ಮಕ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೆ ಹೋತು ಹೊರನ ಆಟೆ ಹೊಳನ ಒತ್ತಿ ಬಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಟ್ಟೋಡ್ತಾಳೆ.
Well, the impact of the collective assault was so horrific that the girl fell unconscious. It was only in the morning when her mother saw her that she realized something was wrong. Immediately, the girl was shifted to the primary health center in Nimbarga. But what makes anyone seethe with anger is the way the police treated her. When the parents approached the Nimbarga police to lodge a complaint, they refused to file the complaint of gang rape, but insisted they would file just an assault case. After this, the girl was brought to Gulbarga. There she was admitted to the Basveshwara hospital. And this girl was in a state of semi-conscious for almost 2 months. Now that the girl has regained consciousness and is in a state to walk and is in a state to talk, the parents have approached the SP Amit Singh. But the parents allege that they are receiving death threats.
ರೇಪ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 6 ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಸರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಸರ್, ನಾ ಮನೆಯಾಗಿಲ್ರಿ, ನಾ ತೋಟದಾಗಿದ್ರಿ. ಬರತನ ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಹೊಡೆದು ಪೂರಾ ಸತ್ತು ಒಕ್ಕಟೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಪೂರಾ ರೀ.
Well, it is indeed a pathetic state. Day by day, the number of rape incidents is only increasing. Will the police do something? And to look at this girl walking with the help of her parents will only leave you disillusioned and dismayed. Sanjay Kulkarni for News9, Gulbarga.
And meanwhile, Child and Women Welfare Minister Umashri has reacted over the Gulbarga gang rape case. Umashri has stated that crimes against women and children will not be tolerated. She has also directed the SP to take stringent action against the guilty. The minister has also pulled up the police department for not taking immediate action in this case. We just showed you what a shocker of a story. It was a little girl being targeted, and that too in her own home, and the police going ahead and refusing to file a complaint, refusing to go ahead and name it as rape. They said that they will file a case of assault, something that the parents were so shocked about. This girl was gang raped by 6 men, and the police failed to go ahead and register a complaint. And now, after the story has come to light, the Child and Women Welfare Minister has stepped in. Umashri has called for better action. She's directed the SP to go ahead and take stringent action against whosoever is guilty. And besides that, the police department has also been pulled up for failing to discharge their duty. My colleague Arun joins us live from the newsroom with more details. Arun, over the last few minutes, what we've been covering is different rape cases, and in each of them, a minor is involved. Umashri has now come out and reacted to the Gulbarga rape case, but does it require a minister to come out and react before some sort of action is taken? It looks like Karnataka is going from bad to worse with regards to these crimes.
Akshita, that's right. In fact, that seems to be the major issue as far as these kind of rape incidents are concerned. Remember, as you rightly pointed out, we are seeing an increasing trend despite all the talk that is being delivered by the government on the floor of the assembly, some going to the extent of suggesting that the Gunda Act provisions will be levied on these or slapped on these accused, etc. There seems to be no let-up as far as rapes are concerned. As you rightly pointed out, this particular incident at Gulbarga was a major embarrassment, because the police were completely once again on the wrong side, tending to take this whole thing as an assault, not treated as a rape. Remember, this particular girl that we are talking of is a minor. 6 people inhumanly went and sexually molested this girl. So when the parents approached, instead of providing them with succor, the police had the audacity to go ahead and say that these would be the kind of provisions under which the case would be registered. There was no mention of a sexual assault. Thankfully enough, now we know for sure that the accused 5 persons have been arrested. But that is not the only thing. In fact, today as we speak, some more cases have come to light. In fact, 3 cases have come to light from different parts of the state. One from Mudubidri, one from Mandya, and one from Yadgir. And there was one more incident from Chikbalapur, where the accused perhaps got the best kind of treatment at the hands of the public at large. So clearly a case where the government seems to be virtually sleeping over the matter. It's a very, very serious issue. It's a very, very heinous kind of a development. It is some kind of a statistics which should make all of us hang our head in shame. It is something which is not at all acceptable to any form of civilized society, so to speak, Akshita.
Right, Aruna. Also, of course, the inevitable question is what is going wrong here? Is it just a simple factor of one incident taking place and hence everything else coming to light? Or is it simply that now these monsters believe they can get away with it?
Akshita, look at it from the victim's perspective. She's undergone trauma. She may not be in a position to comprehend what has happened. Out of social fear, stigma and fear, she may not go ahead and lodge a complaint. So that does not mean that she is at fault. The moment a complaint is lodged, in fact, look at the kind of exhaustive guidelines which the Home Ministry has issued to all the police personnel. In fact, that is where the irony lies. Barely about a week ago, you had these guidelines issued to the police, and then the police in Gulbarga had the temerity to say that this is not a case of rape, we will put it as a case of assault. The guidelines which have been issued by the Home Ministry, Karnataka Home Ministry,